Hello friends, welcome to my channel, Recap Stories. Today, we will discuss a story that teaches us that hard work can turn an ordinary person into a king at any time. The story revolves around a man named Barry, who is at his new office with his partner and friend Vasudev. Both are happy because their business has now gained legal status. They sign contracts with football players, transferring them to other teams in exchange for a good amount of money. The story also introduces a player named Coco, who demands an advance payment before signing the contract, but due to the lack of funds, the deal is cancelled. This incident greatly troubles Barry because all his previous contracts have ended, and he urgently needs new players to keep the business going. Later that night, Barry and Vasudev meet again, where Vasudev is watching a cricket match, but Barry does not like cricket. Barry says, "What kind of game is this where you get runs just by hitting the ball?" Vasudev advises him to visit India or any Asian country to see how much people love cricket. Barry considers this advice and plans a meeting with an investor, Mr. Chen. The next morning, Barry meets with Mr. Chen and tries to convince him to invest in Asia, especially in India, as cricket is extremely popular there. Barry mentions India's large population and the number of cricket enthusiasts, pointing out that if even a few players come to America and start playing baseball, it could become a trend with huge profits. Mr. Chen hesitates at first, but Barry convinces him by saying that the rules of baseball are very similar to cricket. Eventually, Mr. Chen agrees to give them 1 year to implement the plan. Barry and Vasudev then prepare to go to India to find young talents who can make this project successful. Barry is determined about his project and convinces his friend Tom before leaving for India that both their names will be renowned if the project succeeds. He tells Tom that even if they fail, no one will know, and all the pressure will fall on Barry. But if they succeed, they will gain worldwide fame. Tom finds Barry's plan difficult because the difference between baseball and cricket is quite clear. The actions and motions of both games are different, and learning the required skills within a year seems almost impossible. Upon arriving in India, Barry announces a contest called the $1 Million Challenge, where participants' speed and bowling skills will be tested. The player who can bowl consistently at 80 miles per hour will win $1 million prize, while the second place winner will receive $10,000. Pamphlets are distributed, and an advertising campaign is launched to make the contest famous throughout India. Once in India, Barry faces several challenges. The person who was supposed to pick him up from the airport doesn't show up, forcing Barry to go to the office himself. Upon arriving at the office, he meets a man named Babu, who is handling all the arrangements. However, due to his sluggishness, Babu has not cleared the items sent by Barry through customs. Babu tells Barry that in India, bribes are part of the system, known as the money to things system. Barry gets angry, but he still attempts to clear the customs at the office. The customs officer catches him trying to bribe and refuses. He informs Barry that his goods will only be available after 3 weeks. Later, it is discovered that the boss, who initially refused to accept the bribe, secretly hands over the goods to them and accepts the money. Now, Barry, along with his team, plans to set up camps in various villages across India, as he believes that the most talented players will come from rural areas. During this period, Barry meets a man named Rohan, who offers to work for him without any salary. Barry hires him as a translator since Rohan can speak English. Additionally, he brings on board a person named Memrick, who is skilled but slow at his work. Soon, Barry and his team set up camps across India, and preparations for the contest begin. One day, an advertisement is seen with the words, $1 million arm contest. People are surprised to see such a large amount being offered for throwing a ball. Many people come to try their luck, but none have succeeded so far. The competition requires participants to throw the ball at a speed of 80 miles per hour, but most can only manage speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. At this moment, Barry receives a call from his friend Vasudev, who suggests he visit the Taj Mahal. Barry replies that he is already standing in front of it and conducting trials right there. Meanwhile, the story of a poor boy named Dinesh comes to light. Dinesh had played hockey earlier, but after witnessing his father's struggles, he gave up on his dreams. Dinesh sees an advertisement and decides to take a few days off from his pizza delivery job. His dream is to buy a new truck for his father, as their current one is in poor condition, causing his father constant back pain. Barry and his team arrive in Lucknow, but they have no significant success until Dinesh throws the ball. Not only is his throw accurate, but it also exceeds the 80 miles per hour mark. Barry and his team are amazed. Shortly after, another boy named Ranko appears, who is inspired by javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra and wants to achieve his dream. His throw also surpasses 80 miles per hour. Barry is thrilled as they now have two outstanding players. A competition takes place among 45 participants, after which both Dinesh and Ranko are called to Mumbai. They are prepared for their journey to America. Dinesh works hard and succeeds in throwing all his balls at speeds over 80 miles per hour. However, Ranko performs even better, leaving Dinesh behind. Dinesh uses his prize money to buy a new truck for his father and returns to his village to spend some time with his family. Barry is moved by the simplicity of the village and the kindness of its people. Dinesh's mother requests Barry to take care of her son. Eventually, both players depart for America, where their dreams are about to come true. Some time later, Barry receives a call from the hotel, where he is shown that the three of them had stopped the elevator halfway and set off the fire alarm, causing chaos among the hotel guests. In reality, this was the first time they had ever seen an elevator. The hotel management is now unwilling to keep them there, so Barry takes them to his house. Rohan is amazed at the large size of Barry's house and begins touching everything in sight. The next morning, the first practice session takes place. They meet Tom, who is going to train them. They are amazed by the structure of the ground, as they are used to cricket fields shaped like circles. Dinesh wants to ask a question but remains silent due to hesitation. They are given uniforms, but they are unable to wear them, which surprises Tom. After the training session, Tom tells Barry that both boys are hardworking and obedient to him, but complete training might take a year. Barry assures him that they will definitely learn. When Barry gets home, he gifts his friend Mary a model of the Taj Mahal. However, suddenly, her boyfriend arrives, which causes Barry's heart to break. Barry becomes busy with work, and his interactions with the boys decrease. This affects them, and their practice starts to decline. They feel lonely in a foreign country, but Barry does not realize this. One day, Coco, a football player, calls Barry and expresses interest in a deal. Meanwhile, the boys make a new friend, and they learn broken English. They complain to Barry about his lack of time for them, and Barry takes them to a party where the deal is about to be finalized. At the party, the two boys drink too much, which leads to Barry leaving them at home. He later finds out that Coco has made a deal with someone else. Furious, Barry scolds all three of them, but Mary explains that they are still naive and need his support. Barry realizes his mistake, and from the next day, he starts spending more time with them. Their practice and their relationship improve. Meanwhile, Mr. Chang reminds Barry that their deal is about to expire in 2 days. Barry remembers everything as the trial day approaches, but he knows that the boys are still not fully prepared. Chang, the supervisor of the project, refuses to listen to him. The boys, already very nervous, do not perform well during the trial. Their poor performance disappoints Barry, but Chang announces that the project will be extended for another 3 years. According to Chang, the contest has gained the attention of the audience, and the company has made significant profits. Barry takes their failure to heart because he knows that their families have high hopes for them. He tells Mary about it when he gets home, and she reassures him that the boys deserve another chance. However, Chang firmly refuses to allow another trial. Despite the disappointment, Barry contacts various scouts in the city. After several rejections, he meets a coach who is willing to watch the new trial. The next day, Barry informs the boys about the good news, and they are overjoyed. On the trial day, the boys enter the field with full dedication and hard work. Rohan encourages his friends by saying, "Remember, you carry the hopes of 1.4 billion people behind you." We are the soldiers of this land, where failure is not an option, only victory is achieved. These words double their enthusiasm. The bowling was so fast that no speed measuring device could capture it. Dinesh also delivers an outstanding performance, stunning everyone. The coach and Chang are amazed by their abilities and decide to include them in the team. Later, Dinesh and Ranko become the first Indian players to join the American baseball team, and they sign a $6 million contract. Rohan returns to India, opens an academy, and continues to make his team successful. Barry marries Mary and keeps searching for new talent around the world. This story teaches us that hard work never goes to waste, and when the opportunity arises, everyone can prove their worth. How did you like the story? Please be sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. I kindly request that you help me reach 10,000 subscribers on my channel soon. We hope that you all will enjoy this video and give it a like. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for your heartfelt comments. See you in the next video.